In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on June 11, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Pittsburgh Pirates versus Atlanta Braves. The Pittsburgh Pirates and Atlanta Braves continue their 4-game weekend series with a late afternoon battle in Atlanta on Saturday. The Pirates are under .500 but in third place in the weak National League Central Division. Atlanta, meanwhile, has started to heat up and are now battling for playoff positioning in the National League. Saturday's pitching matchup will feature Zach Thompson squaring off against veteran fellow righty Charlie Morton. The Pirates and Braves are in the middle of one of the few 4-game series going on this weekend, and Saturday should see a game similar to how this series opened. It wasn't the prettiest win, but the Braves were still able to pull off a low-scoring, multiple-run win. This also won't be the prettiest pitching matchup this weekend, but Atlanta has proven to have the far more consistent lineup. That should be no surprise with the way Matt Olson and Austin Riley have been hitting. There's no area in which the Braves don't have an advantage against the Pirates, hence the heavy price for Atlanta to win. Charlie Morton has not been perfect, but neither has Pittsburgh's lineup. They've been one of the lowest scoring teams this season and should provide Morton an opportunity to lower his ERA. He just had to pitch at the hitter-friendly Coors Field in his last outing and should welcome a struggling Pirates lineup. They're still one of just 3 teams that have yet to eclipse 200 runs on the season and are not showing any signs of consistent improvement. As long as Morton can provide a solid 5 or 6 innings, the Braves bullpen should be able to close this one out. Their relievers have worked their way to a top 5 status, demonstrating drastic improvement, as that was not the case earlier in the season. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh leaves a lot to be desired and may get called in early with Zach Thompson on the mound. He's not the Pirates' worst option, but faced a much weaker lineup in the Diamondbacks in his last start. The much more complete team of the Braves should get the job done on Saturday, so the Atlanta Braves to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Braves have played to the over in 8 out of Morton's last 9 starts this season. In addition, Atlanta is averaging 5.5 runs per game over the past 8 games and has scored in double digits twice in its last 8 games. While the Pirates are one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, they are 6-2 to the over in Thompson's last 10 appearances. Either Zach Thompson or Charlie Morton are known as lockdown pitchers that should navigate the opposing lineup without much damage. The Braves are averaging 6.17 runs per game in their previous 6 games, while the Pirates are scoring just 2 runs per game in their last 6 games. Atlanta's power stroke should lead the way here, as they are tied with the Philadelphia Phillies for second in the majors with 77 home runs as a team and should do well here. The over is 8-3 in their last 12 games against one another. Thompson has given up 3 home runs in his last 3 starts, and I expect the Braves' hot-hitting lineup to tough him up for at least a pair on Saturday. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toronto Blue Jays versus Detroit Tigers. A pair of teams in different situations in their respective divisions in the American League continue a series on the diamond in the Motor City. The Toronto Blue Jays are on the road as they play the middle game of a 3-game set with the Detroit Tigers Saturday afternoon. In the opening game of the series Friday night, Toronto rode their power game to pulverize their way to an easy 10-1 victory and draw first blood in the series. Can the Blue Jays lock up a series win by prevailing here, or will the Tigers square things up and force a rubber game on Sunday? The Blue Jays are 7-1 in their last 8 road games and 11-3 in their last 14 overall. The Tigers are 5-1 in their last 6 home games and 3-7 in their last 10 Saturday games. The over is 9-2 in Blue Jays' last 11 overall. The under is 48 to 23-3 in Tigers' last 74 overall. The Blue Jays are 5-2 in the last 7 meetings in Detroit. Kevin Gausman has been great all season, and that includes a 1.91 ERA and .224 allowed batting average on the road. Bo Brisk looked sharp against the Yankees in his last start, but he had a 5.88 ERA and 10 walks in 26 innings in the month of May. The Detroit Tigers offense continues to push through mud, while the Toronto Blue Jays offense has been on fire for 2 weeks. Ride the better pitcher and the better lineup here as the Blue Jays earn the victory, so the Toronto Blue Jays to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Toronto has seen the under hit in 29 of their 56 games this season, with one push. Entering Saturday's action, the Blue Jays are 16th in runs per game with 4.39 runs per contest. Though that number remains flat at 4.39 runs per game on the road this season, that is 15th in the majors when it comes to run production as the visiting team. Toronto's average total this season is 8.41 runs per game, and that number drops to 8.21 runs per game as the visiting team. Detroit has seen the under hit in 35 of their 56 games this season, with two pushes. The Tigers are 30th in runs per game as they average just 2.82 runs per contest. They are 27th in run production at home, averaging 3.37 runs a night. Detroit's average total this season is a measly 6.71 runs per game, a number that climbs to 7.07 runs a game at Comerica Park. After seeing Toronto batter a mediocre pitcher Friday night, look for them to do the same here and push this game total over the projected total is our full game total pick. Baltimore Orioles versus Kansas City Royals. The Kansas City Royals play host to the Baltimore Orioles on Saturday afternoon in the midst of the four-game set between the two teams. Both teams find themselves in last place in their respective divisional standings, while a race to the bottom could be in store for the two by the end of the season. It has been a close series between the two over the 2022 campaign so far, with the Orioles racing out to a series win back in May. The Royals have remained competitive against Baltimore though, and there's no doubt that while it might end up being an ugly game, Saturday should also be a close game. The O's are 61-128 in their last 189 overall and 36-77 in their last 113 Saturday games. Baltimore is 2-5 in their last 7 in Game 3 of a series. Meanwhile, the Royals are 17-37 in their last 54 overall and 54-119 in their last 173 in Game 3 of a series. Kansas City is 5-12 in their last 17 versus a lefty starter. While neither of these starting pitchers have been brilliant this year, Wells has clearly been the better of the two. The right-hander enters with a 3.78 ERA and 1.07 WHIP over 11 starts, which are actually pretty respectable numbers. One of those starts came against the Royals back in May, where Wells limited Kansas City to one earned run on 5 hits over 6 innings of work. He's held the Royals to a .194 batting average over 31 at-bats and has given up just one extra base hit, a double to Perez. The O's also boast one of the better bullpens in baseball this year, coming in at 6th in the majors in ERA at 3.08. Wells has done fairly well over his last trio with 4 earned in 15 innings on 9 hits and 3 walks. As for Lynch, he's been struggling a bit lately with 12 earned over 9.2 innings in his last 2 outings. I like Lynch to bounce back for a decent outing in Game 3 with Baltimore eventually powering out a win. Should be a fun matchup. So the Baltimore Orioles money line is our full game side pick. Both of these offenses have struggled this season, but with the pitching at hand, high scoring seems like what is destined to happen in this one. Wells and Lynch have combined to have ERA over 10 and WHIP nearing 3, meaning both of these lineups will have a chance to break out of the slumps that they've been mired in all season. The Royals stars have started to turn the corner of late, while the Orioles have gone the opposite way but remain dangerous with some of their bats. Additionally, the over is 4-0 in Kansas City's last 4 home games against a left-handed starter and is 7-1 in the last 8 meetings in Kansas City between the two teams. While I just touched on how Wells has performed this year, he certainly hasn't been untouchable. He sees his ERA rise to 4.88 when throwing away from Camden Yards, and his WHIP takes a slight uptick to 1.13. I expect Wells to pitch well enough to collect the win. However, I think he surrenders a few runs in the process. The main reason I like the over in this matchup is due to Daniel Lynch. The lefty is having a really tough year, posting a 5.36 ERA and 1.54 WHIP through his first 10 starts. Lynch had an ugly May, going 0-3 with a 5.67 ERA over 6 outings. With the way that he and the Kansas City bullpen are trending, I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore puts up 10 runs by themselves in this game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.